Hello everyone, welcome to Success EduTech. Till now, we have learned the concept of electric charge and the electrostatic field. Okay, so now we will cover the topic Coulomb's law in detail and comparison of Coulomb's law with Newton's third law of gravitation. This is the equation of Coulomb's law and this is the equation of Newton's law of gravitation. Okay, so we will see this today. Okay, now what is Coulomb's law? Coulomb's law states that the magnitude of the force between 2 point charges is directly proportional to the magnitude of the product of charges, that is Q1 dot Q2 or Q1 into Q2. Okay, and it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So if this is Q1 charge and this is Q2, then R is the distance between them. What is inversely and directly proportional? That is when F increases, when F is increased, then Q1 and Q2 product will also increase, or F1 will increase when this product will increase. And here when F1 increase, when the product of the distance between them will decrease, or F will decrease when R square will increase. So we can write it as F is directly proportional to the product of Q1 and Q2 and inversely proportional to distance between them, that is R square. So now listen to see this equation. F is equal to K into product of Q1 Q2 divided by R square. What is K? K is Coulomb's constant, that we will see in detail afterwards. Next slide. Okay, so what I have said, K is Coulomb's constant and it is replaced with direct proportionality sign. So proportionality sign will be replaced with equal to and K. And what is this mod operators? Mod means independent of the sign, that is Q1 may be negative or positive, Q2 may be negative or positive, only the magnitude of the product will be taken and it is divided by the distance square. Okay, so this is called as the magnitude of the force of the charges Q1 and Q2, where R is the magnitude on the charges, where Q is the magnitude of the charges and R is the distance. Okay, so we will see what is Coulomb's constant. This is the equation of the force, magnitude of the force. Now what is K? This K is called as Coulomb's constant. How it is given? It is given as it is equal to F into R square divided by Q1 into Q2 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. It is found that this total K will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0, that is epsilon naught. Okay, we know pi, but this is called as the permittivity of the medium. So it may differs. One sec. Permittivity of medium. Okay, it is given as epsilon 0 is equal to 8.99 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square, and it is approximately equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Now we will see how this unit Newton or N into M square plus Coulomb square. Okay, so in this equation, if we kept K into the right hand side and change or move all this part to the right hand side, we will find the value of K as F into R square divided by Q1 and Q2. If C, that is Coulomb, is the charge on Q1 and Q2 respectively, then the product will be Coulomb square. So F is replaced by N, R square is replaced for M square, and C square is replaced with Q1 Q2. So force into R square divided by Q1 into Q2, that is C into C, that is Coulomb square. Now we will see direction and magnitudes in detail. Okay, so consider Q1 as plus 2C, that is Coulomb, and charge on Q2 as minus 3C. So as the signs are plus and minus, so the force will be attractive. The unlike charge attracts each other. So see, here it is Q1 separated by R, Q2 both are separated by R. The force will be attractive. Okay, now see here, the force on Q2 by Q1 will be in this direction, arrow will be in this side, and the force on Q1 due to Q2 will be F21 from this point to this point, that is in this direction. So F12 will act along this line in this direction, and F21 will act along this line in this direction. This force is attractive. Now consider the light force, light charges. That is, if Q1 is plus 2C and Q2 is plus 3C, the force will be repulsive since like charges repel each other. Okay, since it is observed that R is a distance between Q1 and Q2, so the charge, the force on Q1 due to Q2 will be F12 and it will be in this direction, and force on Q2 by Q1 will be in this direction and it is denoted by F21. Now it can be easily understand that F12, that is F12 or F12 is equal to F21, that is it is equal to F21 since magnitude is same, but as their direction is opposite in both the cases, this force will act this side, this force will act this side, so it is opposite. This force will act this side and this force will act this side. So since the magnitude is same, their direction is opposite, so it is minus sign. So in short, the magnitude of the force is K into Q1 dot Q2 divided by R square, and this is magnitude and their direction is opposite. Okay, now see, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. There are two point charges Q1 and Q2. R1 is a position vector for Q1 and R2 is a position vector for the point charge Q2. Now if we join Q1 and Q2, let R be the position vector between these two charges. Also, then the force between these charges is F. So obviously it will act along this line only. Okay, so is it clear? This is called as vector form of Coulomb's law. Then what is magnitude? Till now we have studied the magnitude of this force. This force will be K into Q1, that is product of Q1 Q2, and divided by the R square, which is distance between them. So what will be the direction of F here? Right now we have learned it will be in the direction or along with this line. Okay, now consider this triangle. This is first line, this is second line, and this is third line. Okay, so if we consider here as a now consider this triangle, then if we want to reach to Q2, we have to travel in two ways. First is from this part and second is from this part. That is, R1 plus r, if we do the addition of this position vector till q2, then we can also find that r2 is also the way to reach to q2. So in the position vector notation we can write down r1, that is this one, plus r is equal to r2. This equation r1 plus r is equal to r2. So r will be r2 minus r1, and it is denoted by r21. Okay. Now consider second case. If we want to travel up to q1, there are two ways. So r2 plus r will be equal to r1. Therefore, this is r2 plus r equal to r1, that is r is equal to r1 minus r2, and which is equal to r12. So this is the position vector notation. Okay, now the force F12 will be given as, or the magnitude of the force 12 will be given as k into product of q1 q2 r square, and the magnitude of this vector will be this is magnitude, and the direction will be along the vector r12. Okay. Also, according to this vector notation, Coulomb's force law between 2 point charges q1 and q2 located at r1 position vector and r2 position vector is then expressed as F21, that is force on 2 due to q1 is k into q1 dot q2, that is product of q1 q2 r square, and the direction will be along r21. Similarly, F12 will be k into product of charges q1 q2, and its direction will be along the position vector r12. So the magnitude will be same, F12 is equal to F21, but the direction is opposite. Now we have seen Coulomb's law. Now we will see the difference between Coulomb's law and Newton's law, and the similarity between Coulomb's law and Newton's law. Coulomb's law states that Fc, that is force between two charges q1 and q2, is product of k into q1 q2 divided by r square, where r is the distance between them, and Newton's law is denoted by Fg, and it is multiplication of gravitational constant and m1 m2, where m is the mass of the charge, m is the mass of m1 is mass of q1 and m2 is mass of q2. Also it is inversely proportional to the distance between these masses. Now similarities, both obey inverse square law, that is both are inversely proportional to the distance. Both follows the principle of superposition theorem. This we will see in next part, but just keep this in mind that it follows principle of superposition theorem. And both are central forces, that is they act along the line joining them. Now we will see difference. Coulomb's law. In Coulomb's law, the force is dependent of the medium, that is epsilon, but Fg is independent. Fg, that is gravitational force, is independent of the medium. In every medium it is constant, but Fc is not constant. Also Fc is both attractive and repulsive. Like charges repels each other, unlike charges attract each other. But gravitational force is always attractive. This is very important. Gravitational force is always attractive, and the force on charges may be attractive and repulsive. So today we have covered Coulomb's law and the difference between Coulomb's law and Newton's third law. Okay, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and kindly subscribe Success EduTech. Thank you.